Today we're making loaded breakfast toast. This is my go-to for weekend mornings when I need to get stuff done. So we're going to start off by cutting our egg first. And this is obviously a little unusual, but for me I like to, try something new every week. This is something I don't usually do. And also when you're cooking for someone else and you do this, this is definitely going to add some wow factor to the preparation. So just get a sharp knife and just go ahead and make an incision. Try to make it clean, and you should come out with a really nice looking hole like you see I have here. And then you're just going to crack that into the cup. Now you're going to want to head over and turn on your working stove. Okay, now you're going to want to head over and grab your manliest lighter. Don't burn yourself. Turn on the stove and put that pan on the flame and add some olive oil. I typically use the spray-on kind because it's pretty easy to overdo it with the liquid stuff. And add in your egg. I'm going to teach you guys how to make the perfect fried egg. It's pretty simple, easy 3 steps. I abbreviate it like SSS. It's simmer, spice, and seal. So we're going to put that pan on simmer. We're going to add some spices, and then we're going to add a lid and seal it so it cooks all around and we're not going to have to flip it. Now when it comes to the spices, I think I'm adding buffalo and chives here. It really doesn't matter what you add. The purpose is really just to take your eggs to the next level in terms of presentation and a little bit of taste. Now, in terms of how long you're going to cook these for, it depends on how you like your eggs. I like mine kind of runny, so I'll jiggle the pan a little bit. And as long as the top's cooked, but it still kind of looks like jello, then I think we're good. And again, I think I'll add spices throughout while it's cooking. This is what I do when I'm cooking for other people, so it looks like there's some sort of method going on. Now while the egg is frying, I'm going to go ahead and cut the toast. I like using circular bread because
was on sale.
The egg is going to come out as a circle, and I don't really understand why it would make sense to put that on a rectangle. So go ahead and throw that in your toaster. If you don't have a toaster, unfortunately you can't use the microwave. And while that's toasting and the egg is frying, we're going to get ready for our next step, which is making a little guacamole. So if life recently hasn't given you lemons, go outside to your lemon tree and grab a lemon. If you don't have a lemon tree, simple solution, next time you have a lemon, just toss it in your backyard. If you have a lemon tree and you think it's too big, do yourself a favor, go to Home Depot, rent a wood chopper, and jump in it. So now we begin the guac making process. I like to use a big avocado and a little avocado just to remind myself that there's a balance with everything you do. The thing I like about avocados is they're a lot like Kanye albums, so even if they're quote-unquote bad, they're still going to be really good. And again, if you're cooking for someone else, try to impress them any way you can, so balancing knives on things is always pretty impressive. I think here my left hand had to come in, for an assist, but that's fine. And the key to avocado is you gotta add some, you just gotta get the mix. Trust me, I've tried to recreate this stuff, and I even used the exact same ingredients. I couldn't get it to taste nearly as good, so do yourself a favor, just use the mix. Now the next question you're gonna wanna ask yourself is, how creamy or chunky do you like your guacamole? I like mine pretty chunky, so I'm not gonna mix it up too much. Remember, this is ultimately going to be going on your toast, and then give that lemon a cut. Squeeze it like you're trying to impress an old person while you're shaking their hand. I like to make sure the avocado is good by giving it a little test. And again, balancing knives on things, always pretty cool. Okay, mix that lemon in, and then look at that, you got your guacamole. Okay, and so if your toast isn't burned, then you're good to go. Add some sauce, whatever you like, or you can keep it dry. I add a little sriracha ketchup here, one of my faves, and that XO, to be clear, is for the guacamole, which I love. Okay, now for one of the most important ingredients, jalapenos. This, you can't skip out on the jalapenos. This is both for taste and to add some space between the guacamole and the ingredients to come, so it doesn't all just spill out. Meat time! Hi, I'm Time. Do you ever stop? So I'm using turkey here. If you can't draw a perfect circle, then don't apply for any job where that's a requirement. And when you're making these patties, I like to use this simple little trick that my mother taught me. That gives you nice little round patties. So we're gonna toss these bad boys on the pan that's already been pre-warmed. Add like a little more olive oil spray so they don't stick. And I think I'm gonna simmer these on medium heat and just add that lid again. Just cook them all around. So when they're about halfway cooked, you can give this a go. I call this the double flipper. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I can do it. Hey, and I got it. The double flip. This is one of those things in the kitchen that if you can perfect, a double flip, a triple, even up to a hexa flip, it's going to get you. We're going to add that on top of the guacamole while they're hot. You got those jalapenos coming out. It's starting to look real good, and we're going to add that egg that we made earlier, which is looking amazing. We're going to add that egg, and there you have it. Okay, loaded breakfast toast. Doesn't get much healthier than that. And, oh, yep, you can see it. Okay, you can see that, and you know what's going on underneath there. So it's kind of like a little UFO, the tastiest little UFO that ever landed in my mouth, and hopefully yours. So hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Kind of crushed them pretty quick here. But yeah, that's what you do. A hearty little breakfast. You got to get stuff done on the weekend. Trying to impress. Loaded breakfast toast. So I hope you never eat regular toast ever again. And if you do, shame on you. Remember to finish off that guacamole, and if you liked the video, let me know. I'd love to make some more. Maybe next time we can make some thick chicken thighs.